Hey guys, Backend Handyman. Sorry it's been a while since I've made a video. I've been kind of preoccupied, and now I had to build this, which this was the thing that sat over there that had the pull-out drawers that came out, and it's 2 foot wide, so I wanted to make something that would hold everything that's in these cabinets, since we are living here, which makes it really hard to remodel a house when you live there, by the way. We can still have a place to put stuff that is kind of temporary. See, this here, it pretty much had that bar, and then it had 2 that went up on each side, and then I had some that pulled out. Well, what I did is I made the shelves that go across there. I made these shelves for the center. I divided each section into 4. And then on these middle ones, which are eye level, I actually put those racks that were in that old thing, the adjustable shelf racks in there, so I can move and adjust these 4 shelves up and down for different sizes of stuff. And I mean, I put all the stuff in them upper cabinets in this. There's still nothing down there. So I should have plenty of room to put everything in the bottom cabinets too. See, all these cabinets will be rebuilt, more than likely. I know the uppers will, because if you notice, the whole reason I never finished scraping the popcorn was, 1, for the mess. And I realized that in order to fix the ceiling, I have to take them cabinets down, because they built this square foot down part that connects to the ceiling. I think that point in time, what they're wanting to do is they're wanting to use it for these vents, these ducts. But these ducts actually sit on top of the old roof. So this is not being used for anything, I don't think. We'll find out more on that when I actually rip out these cabinets and take that down. And then I'm going to take these lights out. I'm going to put some can lights like that down this row, a little bit bright. But yeah, it took me a little bit longer than I anticipated to re-alter this in order to be able to hold everything that's in these cabinets. But now all these cabinets are empty. These were a cheap build of a cabinet, if you ask me. Whoever built these just kind of threw them together. It's crappy. I mean, the cabinets, yeah, they work, I guess. But not the greatest. So, and you can see over here, like that there is the end. It had like that stuff that was right there, up there capping the end of that, and you can see it's just full of insulation. So I think that as when I open that up, that's all going to be right into the attic. So that's probably going to make a mess, but we'll see. Well, as for right now on the house renovation, that's where I'm at. But that's it for now. I'll see you in a bit when I start getting it teared down. Alright guys, the cabinets are down. Let me show you what I've been messing with. Yay! This is where the cabinets were. You can tell they've been there for quite some time. They didn't have any stud finders back then, I guess, because they just took a hammer and put holes in the damn walls. Yay! Now, I know that those are probably going to be behind the cabinets that I'm going to put in, but quite honestly, that's going to bug the hell out of me if I know these holes are here, so I'll probably end up patching them. I mean, look at this. I gotta take a hammer and hit both sides. They can't hit the stud. They like put a hole in one side of the stud. They're like, oh, okay, well, the stud must be here. Let's hit the other side of it too. buttholes. And then the cabinets have been resurfaced, like you can see. Oh, they stick out. All it is, they had this stuff like glued and nailed to the side. I'm glad they didn't know that, well, to get glue to stick, you can't have board. You can't glue something to varnish. It ain't gonna stick to it. That's just stupid. But they encased all these cabinets with this crap. See? Right here. They had that all over it. Instead of just sanding and painting the cabinets, they covered it with plywood. I don't understand the idea behind that. But oh well. And these are the cabinet doors. I'm going to try to make cabinet doors out of these. You know, the shaker style doors that have the rails styles in the middle center part. You know, just like I did on those. But honestly, you need about 1-inch thick wood. And that's about 3/4. So, you know, if you want good sturdy doors, 3/4 inch wood probably ain't going to work very good. It won't last very long. As they did, they just took and nailed it all together. These would last quite a while. They just suck. They're the most crappy, shitty ass doors I've ever seen anybody make. I've already pulled all the nails out of this, even the little nails that were in the side, because I may save these cabinets and use them outside, depending what's up behind that sheetrock crap they got up there going around. You know, I'm going to try to take that and make that go away and take it all the way up and then put a cabinet pretty much where those ones started, but all the way up. I know that there's not going to be a lot of usage on the cabinets. That'll be like about the top of that window and up. I don't understand what the hell the deal with that box is, but that box bugs the hell out of me. And then these are the cabinets. I'll put them up, put them away in storage. All this is the throwaway crap that I got from all that cabinets. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. I'm back. It's a bigger pain in the ass than I thought it would be. That little box above them cabinets that I was talking about before kind of sucks. Okay, this is what I'm working with. I got this box up here. It appears that when they framed this kitchen, before they sheetrocked the kitchen, they framed that box. Because this box is straight up into the attic. Just to avoid some cabinet space, I guess. I don't know the whole idea behind this, but the biggest problem I have with working with this, I've already vacuumed this out. This was full of that loose fill insulation, like you can see right there. I vacuumed it out, and then I bought one of these things, which this thing, what it does, if you're using a shop vac for, say I'm using a shop vac, if you're using that for like woodworking or something that uses a lot of fine dust and stuff, this thing right here, if you have this before you actually use it, see I got quite a bit of hose there, so I could just reach up in there and get it. But if you use that thing, it'd probably be better if it was on like a 55-gallon drum, because there's a lot of shit up in there. So that bucket fills up pretty fast, and then it fills that up. So the little bucket's kind of the hindrance. And if you notice the square thing, I don't see why they don't just go ahead and sell you a square box, like with 4 sides that you can bolt together or whatever. But this thing right here keeps your filter from that getting all clogged real fast. Because when that gets clogged up, it's not going to suck anything in. So that right there, it fills that up before it gets to that and clogs your filter all up. So that thing makes it really nice taking out insulation and stuff. Now, if I was to rip down the ceiling right here, yeah, I'd probably need a 55-gallon drum. And I'd probably fill that 55-gallon drum 10, 15 times. Because it's a lot of roof. But right now, all I'm working with is taking that little square fucking thing out. Because it's stupid. I don't see why anybody would do that. just frame it up to save cabinet space. I mean, yeah, get a step stool, you know, a ladder. Put it off into the side, and that foot up there of extra cabinet space, you could put like your toasters and shit that nobody wants, and nobody wants sitting on the counter. It just drives me nuts. And besides that, when this is an open concept. Now, the neighbor to the house told me that the previous owner, well, not the previous owner, the person before that was a highway patrolman. And they actually got in trouble for stealing hay bales. And they lost their house, their marriage, and everything. So, I mean, for a cop to do that, that's pretty fucked up for one thing. And to steal other people's stuff, it's pretty messed up too. So, you know, he lost everything. Let that be a lesson to everybody else. But at the same time, him being a highway patrolman, there's a lot of stuff that I don't think he knew what he was 100% doing. Like, I used to build stuff all the time. And then I went to Pioneer Tech construction class for a couple years to go ahead and get some knowledge of how to actually build stuff. And like your door frame stuff, if you don't know how to frame a door frame, you don't know about king studs and cripple studs and all that kind of stuff like that, you really, I mean, you kind of want to take classes if you're going to frame a wall or something. Because for one thing, the walls, you want them to be sturdy, you want them to be solid, you want them to be good and heavy duty. But this stuff here is kind of what I'm talking about. Now, when I talk about the highway patrolman doing stuff that he's probably wasn't supposed to and getting away with stuff without permits and all kind of stuff, I'm gonna have to hire an architect to come in. Or I think that's what you call them. I'm gonna have to look it up. But there was a wall right up here. You can see it. Right here, there was a wall that went over there. This was the kitchen area. And those freaking cabinets, see this right here? They put plywood over the top of them. These are the original cabinets. Like, you can see the underneath wood. Just to make them look new and different, instead of painting them, they just nailed plywood to the front of them. A little 1/4-inch sheet of plywood. It's the cheapest way to do it, and it looks okay. So, I mean, why not, right? Everybody loves cheap. And I've done stuff before that I really shouldn't have, you know, because I didn't really know what I was doing. But with this missing the wall, you got that wall right there. And after I pulled down the rest of this popcorn ceiling, I'm pretty sure there's a wall right here. And it came over to right here and went that way. And I'm pretty sure this square part right here was a garage. Pretty sure that right there was a kitchen. I'm pretty sure that this was like the living room, and it was all one area, because I know that right there, that opening used to be a garage door. So, whatever he did, I don't know. I have to get up there. I don't know if it has truss or just rafters and all that. But this is one hell of a span. This is a long, long span. I mean, I don't remember what it is. I'm going to have to look. But that span right there is the length of the original house. I mean, that back room right there was an add-on. And to be honest with you, it's just a porch. And then they built entertainment room on top of it. So one of the things I think I need to do is have an architect come in and tell me that this is safe, that this is going to be okay. Or worst case scenario, I have to put back walls back in. I mean, this is a beautiful open concept, but when you have that kind of a span going across from wall to wall, if you take out load-bearing walls, that is dangerous as hell. So, I mean, but right now we're just working with this. And I just wanted to show you guys where I was at. I mean, it's been another day because, of course, I had to go get that thing. Because when I was sucking, that whole box all the way through, I think, is full of insulation. Now, some of it's the rolls of insulation, but most of it's the loose fill insulation, which is from like the 70s or 80s or whatever, you know, from way back in the day. And it would fill that up like super fast. So I had to do that. one of the biggest problems with living in the project you're working on is air quality. To be dead honest with you, I can't 100% keep this. The allergens and all that. The kids are going to get allergies. They're going to get runny noses. We'll probably catch colds a little bit more. And the dander and stuff, all that in the attic right now is coming through that. But I do have to take out the extra foot and put fucking drywall up. On the wall behind the box, there's no drywall going around. On the wall above the box, there's no drywall going around. So yay, I get to hang some drywall. I'm probably gonna have to hang a lot more on this room after I get all the popcorn off to see exactly where it's at. But I better get to work. All right, just to show you what I'm messing with here. Each little bit I do, I suck it all up so that when I dump this, whenever I pull this down, it's not gonna make a big mess. As you can see, that's what it looks like before I suck it up. And then this is what it looks like after I suck it up. Now, let me show you what this bucket does. Now, all I did was from that second one, so 2 squares worth of it. Let's see how much insulation that actually is. Pretty full. Now, I've been keeping the insulation in a separate bag. Now let's see how much it kept out of here. This was empty. Still pretty empty. Good. See, when I didn't have that square wood thing to hold it flat, the bucket would fall over and then it'd just suck all the stuff out into this. So it made it kind of obsolete, so I kind of just threw it away. It's not pretty, but it works. Whatever, man. Overall, the span of this room is 27 feet wide. 27 feet. Now, at first, I wasn't sure if I had truss or rafters. That right there pretty much tells me it's a truss. And you come over here and see that we had some water damage right here. They pretty much cut the outside wall. You can see they're 2x4. And they cut a good chunk out of it for that 1.5 inch line. I can tell that there's probably a little bit of water damage because I'm taking this box out. You can see it's got termite damage. I'm gonna have a Terminex or somebody come out and inspect. I think they're all dead because I don't see any living creatures in there. There's also some over here. So I could definitely, there was termites. But this is one of my other big questions. Look how much the top plate. Look at that. It's like squished down. And this one over here, and see the termites got on that. That's a truss. Then you come over here. See that one's squatting down pretty good too. So I can box that in and put sheetrock up over this. And put sheetrock up over the top. I'm going to take these and go up through the sill plate. I can easily access it there. Unless I can go through these studs, which as much weight that's sitting on that, I don't want to sacrifice the studs any more than I have to, so I probably won't drill no holes in the studs. But going through the top plate's probably the best choice, I believe. But is this a real serious problem? Is this something I got to worry about? I know that there's water getting in right there, at least a little bit. I mean, wood don't just squish like that. But how that's squatting like that, that just really concerns me. In my opinion, I think it's missing a wall. Right here. Or maybe this one right here. Because 27 feet, this one right here is about in the middle. So I kind of feel like that was a load-bearing wall when they pulled it out. I'm not going to know until I pull off the rest of this popcorn. And I'm just wanting to know, do I need to have an engineer come in and put a wall in and ruin my open concept here? Or is this really nothing to be worried about? I'll show you the attic. I'll show you what the trusses look like from above. Now, like I was saying, that over there, it's got trusses. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but 27 foot seems like a hell of a span for a truss. A 2x4 truss. See, you can see them meet up in the middle here. There isn't nothing stored up here. But these trusses, like this beam right here, or this rafter right here, this truss. Can you see what it's doing down there at the end? It's warping at the end and bending. I mean, they look like pretty good solid truss all the way down. Every, I'd say 16 inches. Another one of my big worries. Look at that. That top plate. Well, the top plate comes over here. And then there's no truss, which is right there. Oh shit. Fucking thing's popping below me. So I probably better get off of it. But anyway, it's bent over there. Over there is where it was eaten by the termites. Right here is where it bows down because obviously it's got some water damage. And you know how that one is bent and that one is squished and that one is rotted out, all three down on the one end. And then the one that's bent at the very end, that don't even have a stud under it. That truss is just sitting on top of a board. I mean, the wall only goes so far. You can see how the actual king studs. See, on this side you have a double stud, the top plate, and then the framing. Well, this side only has that one top plate that goes over. And on top of that, it looks like it's eaten out with fucking termites. Bent down. Oh jeez, that looks horrible. Hope this fucking roof don't fall. That's scary as shit, if you're asking me. Let's see what the other side looks like. Freaking truss over there looked just fine. I mean, this side over here is sitting just fine, it looks like. Can't really see, but yeah. This side looks fine, but boy, this side really concerns me. Especially considering, let me show you what's on top of this roof. Okay, just to show, this is the outside of it. This is where that garage used to be. You can see it used to have, it was way different there. And then this is the 27-foot span where the brick is. It goes from front to back of the whole house. It goes all the way back to that corner. And then they built this shit on top of it. This is an 800 square foot big ass room, man. See right there, there's two roofs. One goes down. You follow it right there. And then they built another roof right there. And then they built the floor to the second story. So they're setting it on top of that truss over there that is squishing down into the top plate and part of it and rotted in the other part of it. You know, you got those three trusses there that are compromised. Is this some bitch gonna cave in? Thanks for watching. If you liked the video and want to follow my process, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Hey man, while you're at it, check out my other YouTube channels. The Stay Home Dad, the Backend Handyman, the Dorcher Family, and the Average Stoner. Just a little bit of what I do from day to day as a stay-home dad.